I don't know where it ended. I think now I remember. So, when I finally hit upon this altar, who seemed to know a little bit too much about what was happening and what was going on, all these memories started to flood back to me. So, my boyfriend at the time was basically daddy talking to me, and he was like, touch yourself, baby, stuff like that. And I would, and then just in this really childlike voice, be like, this seems familiar. I remember the man in the forest doing this to me, and it was all a game. And at that point, he was basically like, baby, I think you need to go to sleep now. And I was so tripped the fuck out. It's the only way I can explain it. I don't do drugs or anything, but tripped out is the only fucking word for what was happening. Like, he was like telling me, go to sleep, baby. That's horrible. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Do you want to still call me daddy? Or, and I was like sucking my thumb on the other end of the phone. So it was because of my ex that I uncovered those memories. I don't know if they would have come up at all if we hadn't had done that. So I asked him in the caravan, because I still wanted him to feel like he had some control, seeing as we were in a BDSM dynamic, and because I couldn't choose. I do like feeling that a little bit led along. I was like, so do you think I should use my vibrator, or should I go into a little space? And I'm sure at this point he knew why I went into little space during sex. And he chose little space, and I do remember him looking annoyed that I had stopped. And I said to him that I wasn't enjoying it. And I think he thought that was code for something else more kinky. Because then I had already started regressing. And the only reason that this lasted longer than him just hitting me once was because I was so regressed that it took me a good minute or so while this was happening to me for me to get back into an adult enough state to say no. And I will give him credit for the fact that he did stop after I said no. So I don't know if this counts as sexual assault, to be honest. I don't think it does. But other people in my life who I have told this story to in its entirety have told me that it was basically rape. And I'm comfortable describing it as borderline assault. Not quite, but not awesome either. It's not indicative of the greatest story of consent that you've ever heard. But I still don't know if I describe it as assault. There are times I'm comfortable saying that it was assault, and other times I'm like, it was a mistake. It was a mistake. But I don't know if I'm gaslighting myself. All I know is everyone else in my life considers it assault. So he immediately started choking me and pulling my hair around and choking me while I was mentally regressed. Again, I started crying, and he just kept going as I was crying the fuck out. And in my head, because I was mentally not 19, I was mentally 2 years old, were the words, why is this happening? Why would daddy do this to me? Have I been bad? I shit you not. And so it lasted for a little while. And then I finally got my shit together. I told him, I'm not fucking enjoying this. Stop. And then he